E aí, jovens, firmeza? Começando aqui mais um Skyrim, a Saga de EJSpawn. Eu sou EJSpawn e vamos para mais uma aventura. No último capítulo, conseguimos liberar todas purificar todas as pedras que rodeiam esse continente. Eu esqueci o nome. Ah, meu Deus, eu fiquei com... me deu branco no capítulo passado e eu tô até agora. E agora que eu liberei, matei dragões pra caramba e tudo mais, apareceu uma outra quest. Conversei aqui com uma pessoa aleatória e ela, pelo jeito, apareceu uma quest dela. Eu lembro que tinha uma quest aqui na cidade de Raven Rock que, se eu fizer, só ia aparecer depois de eu avançar em algumas quests, né? Provavelmente isso é a ocasião agora, então já vou falar com ela.
Doesn't everyone pity the hopeless?
Eu lembro que era só uma.
Look at me. I'm no better than a beggar. I used to be a miner. A good one, too. I made more gold digging up ore in a month than some people earn in a lifetime. When the mine dried up, I was lost. I have no other trade, so I spend my time drinking my fortune away at the wretched niche. Or I used to, anyway.
Usado, o que aconteceu?
That fetcher Geldis won't even allow me inside. Said I was bad for business. If I want to spend my last bag of coins getting drunk, that's my business. What does he care?
Poderia falar com ele em seu nome.
You can try. If you can get that stubborn mule to let me into the niche, I'll make sure you get what's coming to you.
Como vão as coisas agora que as minas estão
Couldn't be
abertas?
better. The sections that are being opened up have revealed some huge deposits of ebony. Old Cretius has a nose for exactly where to dig. If they'd only listened to him years ago, the town wouldn't have been in such dire straits. At this rate, I'll be able to put a roof over my head in just a few months.
Legal.
It might take more than a simple
Vamos lá,
request to
fazer essa
change
questzinha
things.
pra ela. Pra ela voltar a poder frequentar aqui e beber.
Look at me. I'm a different person.
Tá, cara, não precisa me
And
seguir
I
falando
have
isso.
to thank.
Well, the mine's open, people are buying drinks, and I'm making money again. Just like old times.
Por que não está deixando o Browsadrel entrar?
Have you seen the poor girl? She's a mess. Oh, she used to be richer than Councillor Morvain, and she's spending it all drowning her sorrow. As much as I love making coin, I can't watch her do that anymore. I won't.
Ela tem direito de fazer o que ela quiser. Deixa entrar ou irá se ver comigo. Talvez isso faça você mudar. Dá 1.500 de ouro, não. Vou tentar persuadir. Ela tem o direito de fazer o que ela quiser.
I suppose you're right. If she wants to spend her life at the bottom of an ale mug, it's her choice. Tell her she's welcome back any time. Safe travels, Outlander.
I could swing a pickaxe better than any man in the mines. Made thousands of
Seja
coins.
bem-vinda no Nets
Now it's all
das
gone.
Arcádias.
Well then, I suppose I'm off to do what I do best. Here, this was something I carried around in happier times. Maybe you can find a use for it.
Machado da Guerra da Édipo do Terror adicionado. Maravilha, consegui fazer mais uma
See you
missãozinha.
in the mines.
Mas pelo jeito ela vai estar feliz e ela não vai ficar se matando de bebê. Machado de Guerra da Édipo do Terror. Faz com que criaturas e pessoas até nível 20 fujam do combate durante 30 segundos. É foda ter alguém do nível 20 mais, né? Qualquer criatura do nível 20 morre muito fácil pra mim. Caramba, o Machado de Skaal ele tem o mesmo dano dos itens da Édicos. Então basicamente não compensa eu fazer armas a partir de Skaal. Apesar que eu vou ter que fazer pra completar um achievement, né? Não sei nem quando eu vou poder fazer isso.
I don't know what you did in those mines.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
I'm so happy.
My hands are clean.
See that they stay that way, or else I'll send you back to Skyrim in a crate. Understand?
Yes, sir. Captain Bellet, sir.
Então não posso. Um ponto de ferraria, talvez quando eu colocar o último ponto libere, ou a partir de alguma quest ou alguma coisa do tipo.
He enjoyed. It's been tough running the household alone.
Tá, beleza. Temos outras quests? Temos, mas são quests principais. Não, essa aqui não é tão principal. Novo filho de Starring. É um cara que foi sequestrado e eu não... só ninguém sabe pra onde foi. Uma missão da vila de Skaal. Claro que ele pode ter sido sequestrado e ido pro sul ou oeste. O oeste é pra cá. Sinceramente eu não sei onde pesquisar. Não pertence aos Skaals?
Oh, no, most certainly not.
Sou um
I'm a
historiador.
historian. Solstheim is a
Solstheim, o nome do lugar. Solstheim, tem que
We
gravar
know
isso
so
aí.
little about its past. There are many mysteries that remain unsolved.
Tá. Você descobriu dessa estrutura de pedra que vocês estavam construindo?
Yes, that was a most disturbing experience. But to answer your question, the architecture was strange, almost otherworldly. Given that, and the considerable power it must have taken to affect our minds so completely, it would suggest the work of a powerful mage. Either that, or perhaps a Daedra. If so, then may the Nine protect us.
Da Edra?
Powerful and malevolent entities who make their home on the plane of oblivion. Some of the more powerful among them can exert their influence within our world. And when they do, men inevitably suffer.
Há quanto tempo estuda os Skaals?
Let me think. I suppose it's been nearly a year now. My goodness, how the time has flown.
E os Skaals, não é importante estudá-los?
Well, not so far. They think I'm a bit strange, but they seem to tolerate me. In fact, they've been very accommodating, hospitable even. They seem happy to talk about their traditions and history.
Legal.
Take care now.
My son and I gather. His name is Nicholas. He's a good lad, strong and loyal. I only wish he wasn't so eager to leave the village. I've tried to tell him that the world beyond our lands is dangerous and cruel, but he won't listen.
Eu poderia falar com ele.
You would do that? I know he would listen to you. You've been out there in the wide world. You know its perils. Yes, perhaps you can convince him. I would be grateful if you would do this thing.
Mais outra questzinha. Você tem pra
I
vender?
gathered some plants that are useful for making potions, but I have other goods as well. Many hunters pass through our village, and sometimes the dark elves of Ravenrock visit us. They bring us things from their homeland that we can't find on the island, such as spices, fine cloth, and ores that we cannot mine here. It's true we Skaal prefer a simpler life than some, but we do still enjoy a luxury from time to time.
Maravilha.
I hope that you can make my son see wisdom.
The ash from the Red Mountain has made the land sick.
Qual o nome do filho? É Nicholas, né?
I fear he will
Nicholas.
never return. I hope that you can make my son see
I am
wisdom.
called Wolf Wildblood. I am first hunter of the Skaal.
Que tipo de presa você caça?
Deer, bear, and horker provide most of what we need for skins and meat. Sometimes, when the wolves grow too bold and threaten the village, we must hunt them to cull their numbers.
Que sabe o conselho para me dar sobre a
The
caça?
first piece of wisdom I teach to any hunter of the Skaal is to ask the simple question: should I truly kill this beast? We take only what we need, and so we preserve the oneness with the land.
O que é essa unidade com a
The
Terra?
Skaal hunt not for sport, but to survive. We believe that all creatures have a right to live as they will, and when we take what we need from them, we thank the beast for its gifts.
São
The
tradicionais.
less we disturb the land and the beasts within it, the more we respect the wishes of the All-Maker.
O que mais faz um primeiro
When we
caçador?
stalk large game, I lead our hunters in tracking the beast. It is also a way of saying that I am the most skilled hunter in the village. I doubt that an outsider could truly understand, but I hope my words have helped to answer your question.
Quanto tempo você é o primeiro caçador?
In days past, my brother Torkild and I would share the hunt, but that was long ago.
O que aconteceu com seu
I
irmão?
wish I could tell you. He had a wild gleam in his eye, more so than most. In my darkest times, I fear he fell in among the werebears of the glacier.
Que é um homem-urso.
Twisted beasts.
Ah, tá.
The curse of
Já
here
encontrei eles.
True bears are noble and great creatures of the wild, but the Daedra have no skill for creation, so they defile the Allmaker's workings. I've heard tell of men who, by curse or by heart's desire, become transformed into one of those vile things. It is a pitiable fate, and one that I fear has fallen to my brother.
O irmão dele virou um homem-urso. Tem ideia de onde poderia ter
He
ido?
set off from here so long ago. It's hard to say. Could be in Hammerfell for all I know. If you happen to cross his path, be wary. He was a fierce warrior as a man. If he fell prey to his more bestial side, he could be deadly.
Entendi. Por que acha que seu irmão se tornou um
He
homem-urso?
never felt the call of the All-Maker, as I do. As we all should. We seek to live in peace with the land. But he had an eye for dominance and strength. For unnatural strength. You need look no further than the beasts of this island, mangled by the Daedra. It's not a fate I would wish on anyone, and not what I wanted for my brother.
Entendi. Peguei mais outra quest.
Remember to
Não sabia que tinha tanta quest aqui,
only
não.
when you have need.
Sabia que tinha quest, não sabia que
It
tinha
is the
tanta.
will of the All-Maker that we cut firewood only from the dead trees.
Ah, só corta madeira das árvores mortas.
The dragons of old have returned. All-Maker, I hope they will leave our village alone.
Tem alguém aqui dentro? A única casa que tá aberta, pô. Ou essa aqui são uma das casas que eu abri quando vim pra cá. Solstein. Essa aqui é a casa do cara que foi sequestrado.
If Nicholas leaves, I fear he will never return.
My mother, may the All-Maker protect
Por
us
que sua
from
mamãe
whatever
se
it
foi da
thought.
aldeia?
A trade ship from Skyrim struck ice off the coast near the village, and the Skaal took in the surviving sailors. My mother fell in love with one of the sailors, my father, and eventually returned with him to Skyrim.
Ela já voltou
Sadly,
aqui?
no. She died in Fall Creek, where I was born.
O que você
I came
precisa?
across a few of my mother's old things not long ago. Among them was a necklace that my father gave to her when they were married. I believe she would want it placed upon her tombstone in Fall Creek as a symbol of her undying love and the great sacrifice she made for it. If you find yourself in Fall Creek, please give this amulet to the priest Brunel and tell him that I sent you. He will understand. I don't have much to give in reward, but return to me when the task is done and I'll do what I can. Thank you, Skaal friend.
Nossa. Com certeza eu faço. Os dragões tornaram a vida de Skaal mais difícil.
Well, the dragons are a constant danger, but so far they have taken little interest in our village. Thank the All-Maker for that. But have they forced us to change the way we live our lives? No, not at all. They are but one more hardship added to the many we already endure.
Que se dedicava em Skyrim antes de voltar aqui.
Well, my mother used to say that I was born an angry child. It's true that my heart has always been restless, and fighting was the only way I could find peace. I was a soldier for a time, and then a mercenary, but I was never truly happy until I came here.
Entendi. Tá, tem bastante gente aqui. Oh, Nicholas.
Perhaps I'll be the first Skaal to slay a dragon. That would be worthy of a tale.
Sua mãe me disse que você queria sair da ilha.
I want to go out into the world and earn great glory. I want to hunt the deadliest creatures and claim vast riches. I'm wary of living in this village. I want to do something with my life other than farm, fish, and hunt deer. I know it must be hard for an adventurer such as you to understand this, but we Skaal live very boring lives.
Entendo, de fato, quero ajudar a começar. Puta, eu posso, tipo, ajudar ele ou... Eu danaria sua mãe quando ela mais precisa. Commander Tile.
Well, I know there is some danger, of course, but I didn't think it would be that bad. If the risk is truly so great, I will train with wolf wild blood and hone my skills. Perhaps in 3 or 4 winters I will truly be ready. I can see that in my eagerness for adventure I have forgotten my duties as a son and as a Skaal. You have helped me to see wisdom, and I thank you for that.
Tá bom, ele vai treinar pra viajar agora. Menos mal. Cadê? Ah, isso aqui que é a missão que eu tava fazendo de procura. Apesar que não tinha lugar no mapa marcados.
I hope that Nicholas will hear your words. He no longer seems to hear mine.
Nicholas concordou em ficar.
May the Allmaker bless you with many sons and daughters outsider.
Caramba,
Once
eu
again,
sou
you have
vários
shown
filhos
that
e
you're a
filhas.
true friend of the Skaal.
Eu
I
tenho 2
wish that I could
filhos.
give you a reward that is equal to the joy in my heart, but I don't have much to offer one who has so much already. Perhaps these will prove useful to you. These herbs are unique to the island, and their like cannot be found elsewhere.
Musgo de parassol, escritura somente da erva cinzenta. Semente da erva cinzenta. Maravilha.
It's been a pleasure.
Deixa eu aproveitar e já ir dando uma explorada aqui.
I am the
Já
leader
falado
of the
tudo, que
Skaal,
ela é a
but it's
líder,
the
né?
Allmaker who truly
Ela é a
protects
Jaur
and
daqui,
provides.
basicamente. Ah, vários livros que eu não li nenhum. Fantasma das Tempestades.
Until our next meeting, outsider.
I came here to study the history of Solstheim. I do enjoy sharing stories of my travels in Tamriel with young
For
Nick.
many years now, I have attended to Storm.
I've tried to
learning
interest
his
the
ways.
villagers in reading and history.
Farewell, outsider.
Had much luck.
I'm sorry, but you must leave now.
Bom, não sei se exatamente eu peguei todas as quests, mas eu acho que eu peguei quase todas. Daqui a gente já consegue fazer algumas, já, né, já completamos até uma. Mas aí aqui agora a gente vai ter algumas outras quests para fazer, algumas maiores, outras menores. Depois eu vou dar uma verificada com a lista de quests que tem, né, na DLC. Pra ver se eu peguei todas, se não tá faltando mais algumas daqui, né. Lembrando que eu vou tentar fazer todas as quests, que nem eu fiz as outras DLC. E... esse aí, vamos ficar no próximo capítulo. No próximo capítulo a gente já vai pra Falkreath. E vai pra Falkreath entregar esse colar, né? Pra colocar no túmulo da mãe da Bera. Não, mas eu acho que a mãe dela, a filha tinha outro nome. Acho que a filha era essa que eu acabei de falar agora. E depois a gente volta e a gente vê esse aqui do irmão do Ulf. E depois a gente vai atrás do Baldur. Beleza? Espero que tenham gostado. Se curtiram o vídeo, não se inscrevam no canal, se inscrevam, curtam a nossa página no Facebook e nos sigam no Twitter. Até mais, valeu e abraço.